guys doing in the camper? Hope you brought your tool belt, because we're going to batten down the hatches today. We're going to button everything up, put the vents on, we're going to put some windows on, we're going to put the door on. Then we're going to get ready to trim this thing out. So, hope you brought your tool belt.
Alright guys, if you can see that, the window is in. It is caulked. That is clear caulk, so it will dry clear. You can see they're in right there. Looking good, looking good. And we knew we were going to have to come and trim out the windows. So we've got a little bit of trim in the building left over from the house. We're just going to go in there and trim that out. The fan is in there, if you can see that. It is in, and oh, I see that side right there. It's a little lower, but that'd be all right. It's not going to hurt it at all. But you can see it is up there, and it is in, and it is caulking. It's got caulk all around it. Same premise as clear caulk. The screws on the vent are caulked as well. We did put butyl tape, and I'll show that to you here in a minute. That window as well, and you can see how it turned out. Turned out really good, and they went in there really good. And both windows are in with the screen side at the back. Let's see if you can see that. And that way you can get some airflow. All right, just want to show this to you. The windows and the vent. Oh, didn't want that to happen, but you can see that butyl tape. See how it's right there? Hey, guys at Ace Hardware, this is butyl tape, and they didn't know what it was, and I had to tell them. So.
All right, gang, we're gonna go ahead and finish it up for tonight. It's starting to get a little late. You can see here I put my header board on and a piece of trim. Piece of that trim is on there. Now, guys, I thought that this would end up hiding those screws a little more, so I'm going to try to find some screws that we can get with the seal, almost like sheet metal screws that we get with the seal that'll go in, and they'll seal themselves with a flange, and they'll look better than these. Those are the wood screws. I put those in the window. They're going to work just fine, but I'm probably going to go back and replace those screws right there. They look okay. All of them 4 inches apart, and but when we go down that side, I really want some uniformity. I want it to look a little better. But we've got the door over here, and I was going to put the door on, but decided that it's getting a little late. I went to the gym to try to power up today for lunch. Instead of eating lunch, I went to the gym, and I'm beginning to feel it because I'm trying to get some of this weight off. Because my good friend from the service is going to meet me out in Nashville, and I can't be this fat. So I've got to lose some weight. So anyways, hey, we'll get back on this thing tomorrow. So I'll just see you tomorrow. Hope you have a good night, and don't let the bed bugs bite.
Alright guys, if you're keeping track at home, you can see what we've done. We've got the door on, and we've got some trim on. We got the windows on. Watch your step there, Ron. And you can see the windows. Now this is supposed to be clear caulk. It's not drying real good up in there, but it will eventually dry out clear. You can see on the windows I put butyl tape, so I do have butyl tape behind the windows. Guys at Ace Hardware don't know what that is, but I got butyl tape behind that, and then we got some just clear caulk all the way around those windows. So as you can see, got that window open, but the windows went in nice. The trim, and I'll tell you a couple of things. The trim, I'm not finished yet. I'm getting tired, so I'm going to call it a day. But there you see the trim. I was given this trim, and they're really excited about it. It makes it look a lot better. It didn't cover all my mistakes. That top piece up there is not down, and we're going to actually tack it down last, and then we'll put another piece right there, and then over there on that side as well. So, but looks pretty good. Now, these windows, as I mentioned, I got off of Amazon. They're old chicken coop windows, and I put them in. They look really good, and we'll have to trim out around them. We knew we were going to have to do that, but that's no problem. I have some trim in my storage building from little 2x2 trim, and we'll just trim out around those windows. Vents in, and the cat's in there, and you can see we lowered that strip there and just put that right over. Now that trim didn't cover all of the wood because of how that sets. See that up on that seam right there? And if you guys can see that, that kind of sets up, but no worries. Now we put this header across the door, and we also caulked across the top. Now guys, you'll see two different screws in the trim right there. I started the other night on the windows. I just put coated decking screws in those windows. I figure if I ever have to replace them, then I'll replace those screws. Now we're going with those types of screws, head screws, all the way over there. We put that in and then decided I didn't like how that looked and wouldn't like how it looked all the way around, so I went and got those screws. I have run into a problem with this, and that is, as you can see, learn as you go, but on this metal, if you ever put this trim, you'll need to bend it just a little bit. And because I keep putting my screws so far over towards the middle, I need to put them a little further this way. And I need just a little bit longer screws. So I bought 2 boxes, a 1/2 inch. I'm gonna need bigger, but that's really on the trim. Now the header board, as you can see, I put the header up there so rain will stop. Guys, I got my gap is a little bigger here, which the door is not closed. Let me close it. And you can see, got a little bigger gap. Doesn't bother me that bad. I'm actually going to trim that door out as well. May end up taking it back off the hinges, but it works. Now, right here is where there and there I made another mistake. I had the boss come help me, and when she did, I put the inside part, open it back up, put the inside part too far to the left. So I put it right there. Now I put it right here. Then I decided to move it. It was too far, it was too far this way. Decided to move it this way, moved it right here, and I'd be doggone if that was too far, and thought I only moved it about a 1/2 inch, and that was too far. So I just split the difference, got right in between there, and I bought some wood putty, and you guys, and we'll just putty those holes and repaint. I gotta do a little touch-up paint anyways. Now guys, last thing I'm gonna do is probably those fender wells, or actually we'll get the fender wells in and then we'll trim out around that window and we'll be done. But the door is in, it is functional, as you can see right there. Boom, it's closed. If I want to lock that door, I just pull my lock around. Now this lock is, of course, you unlock it with a key, twist it, put that on it, lock the door. If you're in it, you just open it up, lock it, and then boom, door opens right up, and you can see fully functioning door. So we might actually get something to put on there, a chain or something. We'll get a little, probably just a little hook lock for the inside. So that's a screen door lock. I got that idea. Let me tell you where I got it, and we'll close this up.
Alright guys, it's getting to be about 7:30, 8 o'clock, so I'm going to call it a day. Getting a little tired. Didn't really feel like coming out here today working on this much anyways, but I did, and I'm glad I did. Last couple days been able to get a lot done. So I got to get in these screws right here. We got to get inch and a half to do the top metal, and we're going to have to put some in the side over here as well. Just that seam was a little bit bigger. That was at the end, and it had a seam. The door, got the idea for the door and the screen door latch from Armadillo Junction right here on YouTube, and he had a really cool trailer, and he decided, camper, he really decided to break it down, tear it down, and redo it. And I'm sure that's going to be nice, because it was nice when he originally did it. Took a lot of ideas from him, as well as other places on YouTube. So we're about to wrap this thing up, and then we're going to sit down and we'll talk about why I did it. We'll talk about some of the things I like about it, and I'll give you the grand tour. You can see, I'll take you to the bathroom, show you the pool in here, whatever. But so far, really like this thing. Really like the trim, guys. Hope you can see that. I think that trim just sets it off. Buddy of mine gave that to me. You can see camper looks really good. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to call it a video. So if you like this and you like this build, how about like, comment, subscribe for me? And we're trying to get to 200 subscribers. Matter of fact, I need to give out a hat, and I'll come up with that idea. But we're on our way to 200. Camper's almost done. I'm already planning my next project. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to buy a boat or do I want to restore one? There would be a good idea. So far, we're going to use this camper. We're going to get out and catch some crappie, because I got to get back on my kayak.